Turkish businessman Harun Aydin, who was part of Deputy President William Ruto's aborted trip to Uganda, spent the night in police custody at the anti-terrorism police unit offices Friday and is still being detained by officers. Sources say that the police are seeking to find out how Aydin, who has traveled to the country on 2 occasions this year, managed to get in without his passport being stamped. The police are also seeking to establish the nature of business he's involved in. And Aydin was Friday morning arrested at the Wilson Airport after jetting into the country from Uganda via a private jet. Deputy President William Ruto has protested his arrest, accusing the government of frustrating foreign investors by labeling them as terrorists. Chemtai Goin now joins us live from Nairobi with more details. Chemtai, what's the latest on the Turkish businessman?
Well, Ndong, details remain scanty. Actually, there is little or no information being shared about the whereabouts of the Turkish businessman Harun Aydin. What we know so far is that he is still under detention. Police officers still have him here at the ATPU offices. And yesterday we saw sort of a picture doing rounds showing that he was going to face charges of financing terrorism activities. Remember his detention from the Wilson Airport by officers from the Immigration Department and also from the ATPU offices was to question him and ascertain how he had gotten into the country twice, and what is said by immigration officers that his passport had no stamp of entry but had the exit stamp. So how he managed to come into the country without getting that stamp is one of the questions. And then of course there's been a lot of mystery about the kind of business he is engaged in, a lot of conflicting information about what he was doing in the country and what his business in Uganda was. So we believe that part of the reasons why he is being detained, of course, is for investigators to ascertain how he got this. But yesterday we also saw his legal team here trying to get to him. They did not get access, and as far as we know so far, they've not managed to get that access. We even saw officials from the Turkish embassy trying to get access into the ATP offices to speak to one of their nationals to know why he was being detained. And there was the rumor and of course statements by his lawyers that the individual, the Turkish businessman, could not speak English, and there were questions over if he was being interrogated by the officers, then how were they getting that information, and how would they even tell the individual why he was being detained? Well, those are questions that still remain unanswered, and there's a lot of mystery shrouding the presence of Harun Aydin here in the country. What we also know so far is that there are reports that he may be arraigned tomorrow to face the charges as per the notice that we saw yesterday from the police officers that he was financing terrorism activities. We will wait for that to happen to get further information, but what we can say is that there is a lot of silence on the arrest, the detention of Harun Aydin, the Turkish businessman. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs is also trying to remain mum. We were hoping to also get possibly the Turkish officials here and also the lawyers, but so far we know that meetings are ongoing as they try to get to the bottom of the matter and ensure that whatever is happening can come out in the clear, and finally clear the mystery surrounding the presence of this individual in the country. But Ndong, from what you can see, that was the gate where we pitched tent yesterday, and even as of today it has remained shut. We've seen a little movement of individuals coming in and out from this area, but so far it still remains shut, and we know there is another entry point from the other side. So it's really a mystery on whether he is here or he's being held elsewhere, and we will wait for that information to be shared by the authorities if and when they do. But so far what we know is Harun Aydin is still in the country. There was a rumor that there was a possibility that he could be taken out of the country. As of last night, there were rumors that he was taken to the airport, but still these are unverified rumors that we cannot ascertain, and we will wait for the factual information from the authorities that are holding him, and possibly from his legal team or from the embassy. But so far, Ndong, that is all we have from here. But today, very little activity here at the ATPU offices. It's a Sunday, it's a weekend, but we anticipate that by evening we will be able to give our viewers more information about the details surrounding and the mystery surrounding the presence of Harun Aydin here in the country and in Uganda, and why he's being held by the police officers and the authorities.